Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dawn. Today I am here with a little bit of a different fun little project. So I've got these little tags and I'm doing sort of like a little bit of a mini collage on these tags. I've got all my pieces and I did a little bit of experimenting to make sure it was going to work. But on one side, I'm doing one of these little circles, which are like stamped colored circles that I made from scrap paper a long time ago. And then I'm putting a little person sticker. And the other side is like a more designed one of these with a little circle of this. And I just threw it on the floor. Hang on. I am struggling. Okay. Found it. Can't lose these. I only have 15. Anyway, it's got a circle and a little sticker dot. So, and I'm inking them with this green Lucky Clover. How fitting. Anyway, green Lucky Clover. So I'm making, I had them in a bag. Let me find the bag. Grab my bag so I don't lose the bag. I'm doing 15 of these. I've already covered my hands in ink, so that's really fun. But basically, I'm just getting a little bit of ink on here. Just using it to kind of color in my background. Now this is a brand new ink pad and a brand new sponge, so it's not really saturated yet. Then I am grabbing a sticker for the side with these. I'm trying to do a sticker that's a darker color. And for the side that has the little ladies on it, I'm trying to grab a sticker that is a lighter color. So see, I have like a darker one and a lighter one over here. And these are all sticky. I wanted to decorate these in like a collage kind of style. And I'm just going to use this to make sure everything's down. But at the same time, it's really hard to get stuff glued to here without like overlapping the edges and stuff. So I basically just used hole punches like this one to make a bunch of circles. Or I guess circle punches to make a bunch of circles so that I could still kind of have a collage. So I'm just doing these. It's going to be super quick, but I just thought I'd pop this on a video because you should know that you can collage literally anything. And I've got my ladies. Now these stickers usually are longer, but I already trimmed them down to hopefully the right size for these. And then just layering those over the stickers. I just kind of wanted to show that you can collage anything that you want to collage. You can play with the tiniest little things. You can decorate everything that you want. I mean, these are a cardstock paper base. So why not decorate them, right? Basically, that was my thought. So here we go. This one's got a little bit more green on it. I'm gonna put that like this. And then I'm gonna grab one of these stickers. These are just little punches that I made in a sticker sheet, and then I will go and use the rest of that sticker sheet for something else later, I'm sure. So that's the one side, and then do the other side with something a little bit more muted. Of course, I have to peel every single one of these stickers. That's the thing with stickers, is you have to figure out how to peel every single one of them. Get that there, and then grab our lady. This one has a little hat. And we're just decorating each of these in a similar style, but since no two pieces are alike, they're each going to be a little bit different and just a little bit whimsical. I'm using these tags for... Oh, my light just started blinking like crazy. I don't know if that was like visible on the video, but I'm sorry if it was, because that just hurt my brain in real life. Anyway, these are going to be the tokens that we use for getting your free drink at the cafe in Collage. Everybody gets their first drink included with their ticket, so that is what these are for. But you could use these in your journals. You could use these for any number of things. I've seen people use these tags as little spine dangles and that kind of thing. So you could use this kind of tag for a lot of things. And I found these tags, I've seen them for sale a lot of places, but the main one I've seen them for sale is Dollar Tree. So you can grab a bunch of these at Dollar Tree if you want. Or I'm sure you can find them somewhere else. I'm positive that there's some on Amazon. Alright, I did a lady. I don't want a double lady one, because then I won't have enough ladies for all of them. And so yeah, I'm just doing, it's just a miniature collage basically. And you can collage anything that you want to collage. So that's all I'm doing. I have not put out as many videos as I would like to have been. I went like a week without videos, I think, because our car broke down and we had to go get a new car, and that took up a whole day, and that day happened to be my filming day, so I didn't get to film any of my videos and was behind on that last week. So that means it's Tuesday now that I'm filming this and hopefully publishing this, and I haven't, it's hard to think and create at the same time sometimes. I haven't been able to make my usual videos. Usually I'll film 3 or 4 in a day and have those uploaded for the next week. That's what I've been trying to do. That is the goal. But it's hard to get back into the rhythm of things, especially when something like your car breaking down happens. That's the one with a man on it. It's the only one I have that has a man. It's harder to find stickers with like the vintage men patterns, honestly. So I'm always trying to find the sets that include the men, because I think that's more fun. Anyway, yeah, so I just got thrown off on my schedule and a little bit distracted, and it's been hard to get back into the swing of things after like such an exhausting week trying to figure out the car situation, which we're good now. It's all sorted, but doesn't change how frustrating it was. So yeah, that put me off, and I wasn't able to then create videos for a week, and now I'm trying to play catch up and get all the things done on my to-do list in a productive way, because I have a lot to do. I love the way that distressed underneath affects the way her dress looks. I think it's really cool. So yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on videos. I'm trying to get back on track. You might see a couple of like more fun videos before I get back to my purple journals. I have a couple of things to do. I have some Like this little project, I have some smaller projects that need to get done before I can get back to working on like April stuff. So there's that one. I love the way that looks. Okay. And I have a wipe here because all of this, all of the ink is getting on my fingers because of the way I'm holding it to ink it. I'm holding it like this and then I'm inking my fingers. But that's just the best way to hold it, I think. So anyway, I've had a busy couple of last days, busy week, and now I'm a little bit behind and I'm trying to catch up. Eventually I will get things settled in my family enough that I can really focus on getting stuff out, filmed and put out in a reasonable amount of time. But that's not where we're at right now. So we'll just have to see how we can get there. But for now, I am trying to put out videos on a regular basis. As much as possible. My goal is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And so we'll just see as we go. And then summer's going to come and throw all of that off because I will be doing my shows, my art shows on the weekends and watching the kids on the weekdays because my son might not have summer school this year. And I'm not sure if there's an alternative for him. So there's this one and this lady with her little striped shirt. And that one goes in there. And yeah, I have a few more left. So if you want to hang out while I chat, go for it. Otherwise, skip to the end and I'll show off all the completed ones. If you are watching, I appreciate you because every little bit helps. People that watch, people that comment, people that check out my stuff or join my events. Everything helps. If it's a lot or a little, it doesn't matter. I still appreciate you. But yeah, I'm having a lot of stuff happening and it's keeping me busy. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it, but busy is busy, even if it's fun. All right. So I would love to hear if you have played with these kinds of keyring tabs before in your journals. What have you done with them? What kind of things could these be used for if they weren't being used to redeem a cup of coffee or something? If they aren't being used for tickets, what maybe have you used them for in your journals? There's that one. I could see putting them on as tags or using them like in a layered tag where you have other things stacked up under them. I could see you could put a ribbon on them and use them like a bookmark. You could just decorate them and use them as a keychain. That's not in a journal, but we can be creative. That one's purple, so I think I'm gonna put this little purple lady on here. I love these little like vintage lady stickers. I absolutely adore using them in like as focal points in my collages or as some part of my collage. There's that side, and then we'll do this side. Grab something with purple in it. But yeah, I love using these lady stickers. I'll always grab an excuse to put them on something because they're fun. And they seem like they have a lot of attitude, and I appreciate that about them. All right, and there's that side. Doing 15 of them. And hopefully that ends up being enough for my event, because that was the number that I was given by the coffee shop. I'm gonna do blue this time. I don't have a blue lady, but I have a yellow lady. So blue and maybe this yellow one. And she's got her arm out, so she's taking up a little bit of space to get it positioned on there so it doesn't block the holes. So here's, I'm not really sure what she's holding, an umbrella. But she definitely has an attitude, and I like that about her. So leave me a comment of what you've been up to and what like, have you been doing collage? Have you been working in your journal? What kind of art have you been enjoying lately? Or even any other kind of art that you've been enjoying. I'd love to hear about what other people are up to. And I know I focus on just like paper crafts here, but I do a lot of other stuff on the side. Including a lot of stuff with my kids. So if you have been really enjoying any kind of art lately, I'd love for you to leave a comment and tell me about it, because I'm always looking for fun things to try, and I would love to hear about what you've been trying. All right, let's get trying not to cover the holes, and it's really difficult because it's such a tiny space to work on. I mean, I'm definitely like enjoying this as a challenge, but it is a challenge. Oh, here's this little lady. And then I'm gonna go red. And we're almost done. So I appreciate that you've been sticking around. If you have stuck around, I appreciate that. If you haven't, then you aren't here to hear me. There you go. I like that. I like lining up the circles, the circular parts. There's that. Put that in the bag. And then I'll show all these off at the end. So I don't know why I'm showing off each one, but I only have a couple left. Almost done. I wish I had one of those like inking brushes. I have one somewhere. I just don't know where. So I am considering doing like a spring cleaning of my craft room, basically, where I want to go through and clean up some of the papers and maybe some like pre-made journal cards or journal toppers that I never got to use or just haven't used yet, but especially like papers, because I collect a lot of paper and then I don't always have the opportunity to like use it the way I intended to use it, and then I kind of move on from it. And it's not that it's garbage or junk or whatever. I mean, it's all junk because it's junk journals, get it? But anyway, I have a lot of papers that like maybe had a project in mind and just never made it in that direction, or were leftovers where I had 25 pieces of something and I only needed 20 or something like that. So I have a lot of a lot of that, just like extra paper, and a lot of like eclectic book pages from really fun books, or like dictionaries, reference books, magazines, some really vintage magazine papers. And I've been thinking about doing a spring cleaning and then offering bundles of these papers on my Etsy as like a spring cleaning blowout. Like if I was to curate a bundle, it would never be that low priced, but in this case it's going to be like a really good deal because I would like to get some of it out of my space so I can move on to things that maybe inspire me a little more. So if you would be interested in a big bundle of papers that's a little bit less organized but still like really awesome, please let me know if that's something that would interest you, because I'm trying to decide if it's worth the time to go through and do that right now, or if I have too many other things going on. So if you would be interested in that, let me know, because March is like spring cleaning time, but March is also my birthday month. So I was thinking of doing like a spring cleaning and like birthday sale, like help me celebrate by making a little bit of extra money maybe, or getting a little extra clean, or like my birthday present to myself would be clearing through some stuff that I don't need so much anymore. So if you'd be interested in like a spring cleaning bundle, I would love to hear about that so that I know if there's any reason to go ahead and try to do that. And here we are on our last one. I'm gonna do this one, this like blue. This was just from a sheet that I like distressed with, I think like crayon and ink, and then I stamped on it with some metallic, if I remember. I don't know, I did it a long time ago. And then when I like had all the big pieces of the sheet that I used for whatever, I honestly don't remember what I used it for, I then punched like a bunch of holes from the leftover. And there's our last one. So I'm going to group all those backings for my stickers into the trash and then wipe my hands, which are pretty green, and then show you all 15. That one. This one. Three. Number 4. Number 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Awesome. And that's all of them. And then I have them in this little bag to bring to my event. And hopefully I don't lose any. Well, thank you for joining me on this silly little craft adventure. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these. I hope it inspired you to go play with something maybe a little different that you maybe wouldn't usually play with. And I hope you have a wonderful day and do something creative. Bye, everyone.